Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Sports Club. It's just Adi and I today. No Rishi with us, but it's just with the IPL around the corner. I just thought, you know what? Let's have some fun. We'll discuss some quirky things about the IPL or like things that have been sort of with us over this period. You know, like what are the interesting things that are unique about the IPL? What makes it what it is? Um, and just off the top of my head I came off like I went through like a few things. And but I was just thinking, I was looking back at the IPL and I was thinking what makes it so much fun, bro? Like what makes it that good? And to an extent I have to say, like, the broadcasting team of the IPL, the panel of commentators that they get are usually damn good. And I think in the first 10 years of the IPL, one person who contributed so much to this was Danny Morrison. Bro, I don't know. Like, I mean, he was like, I don't know, he was like the Michael Holding of T20 cricket. I think it was not possible to do an IPL, like an iconic IPL game without Danny Morrison in the commentary box. There's always a trippy character. Um, I can't remember if he was there for the last IPL. Can you remember if he was there for the last IPL?
He was there, but I think he's reduced more now compared to
Yeah.
before.
Barely
But
he
he's
was there.
always been there, bro. Like I think maybe 1 year I don't remember him like during the COVID era that much, but I think last year he was there. But as you said, I think it's pretty rare. But for me, bro, I think at least most of the RCB games, I still think he comes a lot, bro. Like
Yeah,
for me, like with Danny Morrison, if he was speaking about RCB, like I knew like the way he speaks about like commentates about like hyping and pumping Gale sixes or like AB
yeah,
sixers, even Virat sixes, bro. He starts going calling them geniuses, this that etc. And like we always would just generally hit like massive sixes, and the way he would like put flavor into the shot and the emotion, for me like it meant more. Like I literally enjoyed like Danny Morrison's commentary every time. Like it just
yeah.
pumped you more as a fan, and it actually hyped you more if like a six or four is hit. Like it's like, oh, it's more crazy than what it actually was because the way he spoke about it. So yeah, bro, that guy's a
Yeah,
legend for sure.
he had a very distinct style. Did you like any other commentators that have
Nah,
commentated were on
for me,
commentary?
I think for me it was only him. I feel like apart from him, but everyone are just so flavorless in terms of they're very rigid, in my opinion. Like I don't think I forgot the Australian one last year, bro. Was his name? I don't get it, bro. I can't recollect his name, bro.
Last year?
Yeah, last year they got the Australian commentator, right? Like he does Big Bash and all. I think he commented on the RCB Gujarat Titans game last year. And wait, I'll just get you his name.
Yeah, I
He's a
mean,
famous guy, bro. He does Big Bash and all.
I don't remember, but for me, like, I think Ravi Shastri is also pretty good. I think across formats, and I think
Bro,
IPL he's quite
he's
important.
vibey when it comes to toss time, but up after that, like actually true to be fair,
Even
Avisha
in the
is
box,
fun.
he's good, bro. He's like he's
But he just
energetic.
keeps yapping, bro. He just keeps yapping about his life and stuff like that.
Nobody brings like a little bit of emotion. It's nice, like the way Ravi Shastri does it. I don't mind it at all.
Yeah, I think like he was the one who commented when Yuvraj hit those six sixes, right?
Oh yeah, bro, that
Am I
is like
wrong?
iconic.
Bro, imagine, but like imagine Danny Morrison actually commentating on that. That would have been like,
True, true,
that's my
true.
point. Like, Ravi Shastri is fine, but like, bro, for an Indian commentator, I think like Ravi Shastri is the one I would hear overall. Like, if it was up to me, like I would be
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'm down for this guy. Like, he makes sense. He has that flavor to an extent, but like, again, he's not a guy who's like very hyped up and stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Like, I think same. I think, bro, Indian commentators, he's my favorite easily. I think he brings a lot of life to the IPL. One guy I don't want to listen to Hindi, whatever you're doing, bro.
Harsha
Can
Bhogde,
you?
Harsha
No, no,
Bhogde,
no.
bro.
Ambati Raidu, bro. Please, thank you, Ambati. Thanks for your wonderful comments. But see you later, bro. I hope
Bro,
he doesn't
how
pop
can
up.
you even hear him, bro? Like, no one's gonna sit and listen to him anyways.
Bro, I don't know how he's doing a broadcasting job. Like
He
it's
doesn't do English, no.
bro, he knows, bro, a little bit. He's from the south, but like,
Bro, he's just sitting after the game, he comes and talks, and no one watches the thing after it, so it's
yeah,
fine.
Yeah, obviously. But yeah, Ambati Raidu is one, and I think you're talking about Mark Howard. I'm not sure. Um, I mean, he's a presenter. He's not like a big
He
cricketer.
is a commentator, bro.
Yeah,
Didn't he
that's
come
what
and
like he
commentate in
presents and he
India?
also commentates. That's what I'm saying. But he's not a
Yeah,
cricketer.
it's him only, I think.
Yeah,
No,
yeah. Mark Howard is pretty good.
yeah.
Yeah,
Was he the one
but
who came to IPL last year?
bro, I don't remember. Like last year's IPL, I don't know who. I don't. I always forget the list of commentators. I only remember the ones who stick out, and Danny Morrison has always stuck out. And I
Bro,
don't know why
like,
I can't remember who commentated on the IPL
bro,
last.
the thing was last year he was not there in the first half. He came in the second half.
Okay, then
And
I don't remember, but I remember we had some nice commentators last year,
but it
and I
is
think
Mark.
it's always bro, the broadcast team has been pretty good. Like, oh,
Mm.
did you like it when like we had the way like the IPL was done in the first few years where we had that extra innings show, Gaurav Kapoor,
Yeah,
Samit
bro,
Mitchell.
that was a bit iconic to an extent because it was something new for me. Because I
Yeah,
would never sit and watch some like during the India match now, I wouldn't sit and really watch because I would find it boring. But I think these guys made it a bit fun. I mean, maybe it's an element of, getting ladies and men talking about cricket. As a kid, I would be like, okay, that's kind of fun to watch. But
yeah,
I
yeah,
remember, bro, they used to get like random actors, they used to get random people in, which used to make it fun. And also, like, I think it was just very iconic, bro, because it was something new for me. And it's like, okay, like, if the match is at 3:30 evening, I'm like, okay, anyways, I have nothing to do. Let me just sit and get hyped, like see the toss, etc.
yeah.
And along that, I would just find it so fun. I would just watch it most of the time. So yeah, I think that was also very fun.
Bro, Gaurav Kapoor, I can't, but he really like, bro, he carried the IPL broadcast like scene for the post match and pre match for the first 3 4 years. I think like he was too good. He really like brought like again like energy, like a freshness to it, and I enjoyed like watching it a lot. Like the pre-match, post-match shows, I used to sit and watch. Nowadays, I don't watch. I don't care about it because I think he really brought like something different to it. I liked what he had. It was a lot of fun. Um, but other in-game elements, there are a lot of in-game elements that the IPL has. The strategic timeout. Can you believe it? I was looking at some like I was researching about this. It started in the 2009 IPL. Can you believe it? Like I could not believe. I thought
Yeah,
it came
yeah.
like
I wasn't there always a timeout for me. I felt like it was always there.
I thought it came only after the first few years. I thought in the
Bro, I
initial years it
remember
was
from
two, 3.
2011, 12 and all, we used to have a timeout always. Like I
Yeah,
remember
11
it.
and 12. I agree. That's what I'm saying. Like the first 3 years, I could not remember the timeout existing.
I don't know. I think it was always there, but again, I can't really sit and remember. I don't remember 2009 games anyway. So,
Yeah,
but I
but
remember, bro. Like I think I
did you
used to
like the
remember they
timeout?
would always have a timeout because I remember times when Rossdale and all used to bat. Like I would remember they would have like long breaks because they had like timeouts and things like that. So I don't think it was surprising because for me at least I felt like it's always been there. And yeah, I don't know about strategic timeout. I just realized recently that, to be fair, I just recently realized, there's one for bowling and one for batting team. I never realized that. I always
Yeah.
felt like, okay, it's just comes after the power play whenever they want. And then once, like, after, like 15th over ka thing, like, I just thought it was always like just a thing.
No.
I never realized it's a batting and bowling power play where you choose.
Yeah. Yeah. No. 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 It was like, dude. It was the batting team could take it. The bowling team could take it between 6 and 9 or 6 and 10, and
Six and
now
nine.
yeah, 6 and 9, and the batting team is 13 and 16 or something like that. So it's
Yeah.
I don't know. I never liked the strategy timeout. It always brought like a weird halt to the game. Like at a point where, yeah, it's getting fun, it's getting interesting, and then suddenly there's like a 2.5 minute break, which, bro, it still annoys me. Like I don't like it. I don't like the timeout just in general. I don't think it's needed in T20 cricket, bro. To be fair, like,
Yeah. Bro,
bro,
I don't mind it, bro. I just feel like it helps anyways. Because,
bro, you
bro,
don't have
imagine
one
you're
break.
actually like it helps in terms of because it's so fast flowing. You need a break, and it's like example, like you see, like a team is right now we get like 80, 90 in the first 6 overs, and like sometimes at least maybe as a fan it helps you like to slow it down. I mean, if you're supporting a team and they really need to get a break, in terms of just slowing down the run rate, regroup, try to understand what we can do. I think it helps, right? Like,
Yeah, that way I
I,
guess, but I'm talking like from a fan perspective, I don't want to see the breaks. That's all. Like, as in, it's too big a break for me.
bro, it's only 2 minutes, though. Come on,
No,
like,
it
big
feels
deal.
like an eternity when like it's a good game
No,
and
that's
everyone's so much
true. That's
happy.
true.
But
But
like,
I'd
yeah,
rather just have it for the sake of, okay, at least like if my team can benefit out of it, I'd rather have it like
yeah, if my
on the
team
this
can
thing.
benefit on, yeah, I guess. But like again, like I'm just from a neutral's perspective, probably not. I guess I think that's what I mean. Um,
Mm.
the strategic term, the impact sub rule is fairly new. It's very unique to the IPL as well. Like it's one of the newer elements that the IPL has. Yeah, I know we've had like discussions about this. I don't like it. You said you don't mind it. I think right, like you don't mind the impact sub rule.
No, I think it's like overall, I think it's made it better, bro. Like for me, the past two seasons have been the best seasons of IPL overall. Like, and it actually, to an extent, has equated it also. Like, but before, like, if a team scores 200, it was so tough to chase. I think with impact sub, it's actually easier and like gives you a bigger chance to chase 200s. Like
Yeah,
last year, also, what RCB almost chased 200 twice, bro. Like, if I'm not wrong, apart from the times we actually chased it down, like who was it against KKR? We almost like we lost by 1 run, and even the SRH game, like we still could score runs. It was like what we lost like 13 odd runs, if I'm not wrong, against SRH at home.
yeah,
So it's not like it was a huge this thing. But I feel like previously, if some team scores 200, 220, 230, like the team that bats second doesn't have a chance. Like I feel like mentally also they're like, okay, we can't play. Like it's so tough for us to like chase that target. But I think it's become easier because of impact sub, and it's just more fun, bro. Like honestly, why not? Like score more runs and go chase more runs. Like I
yeah.
feel like that's
That's
what
fair enough. Like for me, like the only thing is again, I think this is a very personal thing. I was talking to like one more friend here, and I was just like, bro, like what kind of games do you find the most interesting? And he was also like, bro, if it's a T20 game, the 160s, 170s, and if it's a 50 over game, like said he finds the 260s, 270s very interesting. And for me, like it's the same. Like I personally find like the 26 though if it's a T20 game like 150, 160, 170 go, those games I find it very interesting. Feel like it's a good matchup between bat and ball. Impacts are rule. I know, like I think like after a while, even I realized that okay, yeah, it is the wickets that are the reason that the runs are scored. But I don't want to keep contributing to the excess like batting power that already exists, and that's why like I
but
personally
you
feel.
also get bowling power. That's the point, right? It's up to you. Like,
But you know you're going to play that extra batter because bowling though will go like for runs because of the way it is. Like everyone plays the extra batter. It's not even like we know how it has become. Every team does it. But like yeah, I mean
bro, a lot
anyways,
of times they use an extra bowler to just defend. Like, if I'm not wrong, like you
bro,
also
like
use bowlers like as an impact sub.
yeah, but it's very rare, like in the sense that bro, like they will go for runs regardless of who you bowl. It's very
Yeah,
hard.
but bro, like I remember, I don't know if it was 2 years ago. I think it was RCB versus Delhi, where like again, as an RCB fan, we were actually pretty playing pretty bad at home. I don't remember if we had to chase or we were setting a target, and I think we got an Anuj Rawat as a sudden impact sub, which I don't think he was gonna come play. It was in the first innings, and he scored a lot of runs, which helped us defend that
Yeah,
total,
that
if
was
I'm not
last
wrong.
year. Yeah, that was last year, but I think like I know that's what I'm saying. That is a very fair like I think that's the thing, dude. Like if you're 60 something for four or five or 70 something for four or five, it's you have yourself to blame. Like I think you deserve to not be like you shouldn't have like a situation where somebody will come and bail you out like that
But
because of a
it's not somebody's. Bro, it's like in football, if you're losing 1-0 and you get a substitute player who scores 2 goals, it's like,
bro,
oh, that's
that's
up.
the thing
The
in
same thing.
football. Like the substitute, it's at the end of the day, it's 11 versus 11 still. Like here,
But
it's 12. It becomes 12 versus 12. Like you have that
that
extra
is
player
still the same thing,
on the
Rahul.
field.
There's no difference. Like, bro, imagine like,
I think football and cricket, like there's a difference. Like I don't think it's the same thing.
yeah, it isn't. But you see any team sport in the world, there's no team sport that doesn't have substitution apart from cricket. Like, if you actually have to look at it.
That I understand, but I'm saying like only for the T20 format, the way the sport, the way it is, the way T20 runs, I would not have the impact sub. That's it because it's too batter friendly already. But yeah,
But even if you, for example, you want to make it bowler friendly, like no one, regardless, does it. Like you put substitution in Test cricket, you put substitution in ODI, they're all going to put an extra batsman because At the end of the day, bowlers can ball limited overs. Like the point is, a bowler can ball 10 overs of 5 times. A bowler in T20 can ball 4 overs of five. Five bowlers can ball 4 overs anyway. So it's like you already have that equation. Okay, for me, like I have a bowler, I have 5 bowlers. That's enough. Like the whole point is like I need to score runs. So I don't think it's only a T20 thing. You put that in a test match, I think you'll put an extra batter itself as a guy who's going to score runs. Like you don't need an extra bowler, right? Like because in cricket you already play your best bowlers. There's no point of getting the sixth best bowler into your team. I think that is not that productive, for example. Like
No,
instead of getting a
I think in Test cricket it'll be different. I think Test cricket it'll be completely like it'll be different.
but
Like
like
it's
again you think bro, like if Jadeja is playing already, you don't need to get another spinner for Jadeja. Like that's my point. Like
no, no, they won't bring in a spinner for Jadeja, but it's
I'm
like
just saying, like
if the wicket is
so in
turning,
India, for example,
you might
okay,
choose to play
you think
another
about
bowler.
no, but think about it if they're playing in India. Like you know how the test matches goes. Like you barely need paces. In my opinion, you can only play you can play one pacer and you'll be fine, right? In like especially in India, like you can already play 3 4 spinners. There's no point of getting a fifth spinner. Like as a team, you would rather have a batsman who can score 30 runs extra and give you a 30-run lead over a bowler who like what's the point of having
But
Jadeja,
that's the thing. Like
Akshar.
this is a very India. Like yeah, you're saying that for India, but like if you go abroad, like if you go to England or you say you go to Australia, especially Australia, where like it is hot conditions and like you say you're starting with four bowlers, you're bowling, you have three seamers. There are a lot of times it happens a lot in Australia. It's like that you need a fourth seamer to help out, and that kind of situation, the fourth seamer could help out like through a substitute. That's what I'm saying. In Test cricket, I think the story is a little different because the nature of the sport is only very different. Like the way the game is played is different. But yeah, let's move on from the impact sub because this is the IPL. It's supposed to be IPL centric. The auction very unique
I
to the IPL. Like bro,
Bro, auctions sometimes are more fun than like CSK games,
it's
bro.
revolutionized the way like people look at T20 cricket. Like it's crazy. Sometimes like bro, how much like media hype the auction gets is it's crazy.
I think mega auctions are more fun than just normal mini auctions,
Yeah,
etc.
obviously.
But yeah, for me, I think I get more excited with auctions than like with the cricket played at times, bro. Like just the way like teams try to build a squad, just the way like how it goes in the auction, you don't know which player. The point is you don't know which player will go to which team. Like no matter what, you can say that yeah, like we all thought okay, Pant will go to Punjab or Pant is going to mostly Punjab, but he didn't end up going. Like that's the point. Like we don't know any player can go anywhere. Like
That's
tomorrow you put like Kohli in the auctions, you don't know which team is going to like which team is going to go to like for example, and it's going to be like a huge thing. And I think yeah, bro, like auctions is one thing which has been like the most fun part of aspect of IPL. Like especially when it's not IPL, like that's the only thing teams and fans look for. And I think it's a good addition because you can always keep it fresh, bro. It's not like imagine if IPL was like transfer season where all the players were like out there and a team can sign. I think it would have been very boring because I would think okay, the best players will generally go to the best teams, right? And you wouldn't find like I don't think anyone would want to go to a team like LSG, a
or
team like
Punjab. Yeah,
yeah, I mean, Punjab still fine. I think they have a good fan base, but teams like LSG, even Delhi to an extent, like I don't think anyone would want to go there. Like I think everyone would end up wanting to come to teams like RCB, etc. Like to be honest, and I think that's a very good sign of like keeping it fresh, keeping it like you need to keep trimming and I mean changing a squad every 3 years, so you get like new players and you might there are times where like the funny part is like a player who plays for like CSK might end up coming to RCB just for the fact that that's how auctions work. It's not even like a player can reject or player can, go. Like that's the point. So it's kind of fun like that.
that's true. Like the auctions have and like the evolution of the auction has been very interesting. So there are so many stories about like how the auction began. Like apparently Vijay Mallya just stood up and said Anil Kumble's name went up. He's like, no, that's my Karnataka boy, and I'm going to take him. There's
Bro, I
no
don't know how
nobody.
true all this is, but like,
Apparently, it is pretty true, bro. Like
but
I
I
think
the first auction was much different from the auctions we see
no,
today
obviously, but like it
because
kind of shows of
even the guy,
how it's evolved, Like,
yeah,
but it is
even the
true.
Pollard story, right? Like I think that time was something like a silent auction, if I'm not wrong. Like the
I
first
have
IPL.
I have no
Yeah,
idea
so like
about that, but yeah.
the thing with Pollard was like five teams met a maximum price, and they were like you have to do a silent auction or something like that, right? And apparently, all the owners had to put like the highest bid they would, pay for Pollard and give it to the guy. And I think that's where Mumbai like put the highest ever bid for a player at that point of time, and they came out the highest. So it's not even like you're right now. If you want to go higher bid, you just raise your bat, and but that time
Yeah,
it was like a silent bid and like it was much different. But something I
that's
would
what
like
like
is like,
pretty
yeah,
cool. Like how it's evolved also.
yeah, bro. But I need one. I just want IPL to be like okay, like next cycle, no one gets to retain nobody. There's nothing called as a RTM. Everything starts new, and let's see what happens. I think
Oh,
that's going to be fun. But
that'd be crazy. I don't want that, but yeah, it would be crazy.
I don't mind, bro. Why not? Like you can get like random players from anywhere and like, well,
I
it's
know,
like
but like I just
for
feel
example,
like there's a
Bumrah can end up
certain.
at RCB just for the fact that we will spend extra money on him. So that's going to be
That's
even
true.
insane.
That's true, but like I would just like certain players to be like associated with certain teams. There's a nice ring to it. Like Virat Kohli's like whole
I
legacy
don't
with
think
IPL.
Virat will be there in the next 3 years, right? Anyways, that's my
I mean, after he leaves, yeah, maybe, but like until then, so no, it's fine.
bro.
Let's
But
see.
the point is, I think like even if Virat was there, I think RCB would just bid their entire bank account, and
They
that's the
would, they
fun
would,
part.
they would,
Bro,
they would.
imagine, bro, like just for the fun of it, like there's 100 crores, and like RCB is battling with some bro. I think a team like only some team like KKR Delhi would be bidding for Korea, in my opinion,
Mhm.
and they would go like 45 crores or something. Imagine, and then RCB just pull out. Technically, like I don't think they'll be able to build a squad. Like you know what? Like I don't think they'll be able to. And I think Kohli can go like 35, 40 crores if it comes down to it. And I think it would be fun because like then suddenly around Kohli, you see the random people. It's not like he has some super team like he had before. So I think that would be fun.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, but like yeah, it's the bro. That's what the way the auction has evolved is crazy. If you saw like even in the early IPLs, you had a lot of people playing for their own state. Like it's not, it doesn't happen anymore. Like it's not become like that. Like a lot of RCB,
I think
Karnataka
only
was playing.
RCB don't get it.
No, but
There's a lot of
RCB.
so you find like a lot of like Mumbai players playing for Mumbai. You
Not
had like
only, bro. Not any other than Rohit Sharma. Like,
you have
dude.
Sky, Rohit. That's enough, bro. Like I think 2, 3 players are good enough. Like
Yeah.
I don't think you need to have your entire team, but like they
No,
have
but I
Sky, they
feel
have
like
Rohit.
it's very different from the first few years where you had majority of the team was your state players. Like RCB had Manish Pandey, Rahul Dravid, Anil Kumble, Srinath Arvind, Abhimanyu Mithun, Balachandra Akil. All of them
Bro,
were
at that time I
Robin
feel like we
Uthappa.
had good talent, and
Robin
that's why they.
Uthappa. Like no, but it was like that. Like a lot of the team was built
Yeah, but
around like your state. Sunil
but I feel
Joshi
like
had
that
never played
time.
for RCB in the first couple of years. So we had a lot of like proper like that's how it was. But today it's not like I mean you'll never find a team that has like six players from their own state. Like it doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah, but the point is like I think that time you at least for RCB, like I feel like you had good Karnataka players playing like high level cricket. Now you look at the Karnataka team, bro, to be fair, who would you want to get? I don't think there's anyone there who I would
No,
want
but
like
I'm just saying. I'm
maybe
saying
like
like
Karun Nair, maybe like
yeah.
Max, but like you look at the team, I actually wouldn't want. I wouldn't really be like okay, there is like maybe the young lads you can always like go for uncapped players and give them a platform. I would agree. Like I think we did that also. Like to be honest, bro, look like we had Vaishak before, we had DDP before, and it never really worked out. So I won't even like at the end of the day, I don't care, bro. For me, it's more like, bro, if we have good players over there, I'd rather have them. Like
No, I'm
even
not
today,
saying
for
that.
example,
I'm not saying that they should buy Karnataka players. I'm saying before it was almost understood that this state players will play for RCB. Like now it's more competitive. Like bro, RCB can't just go walk up and say, bro, like KL Rahul is mine. Like it won't happen. Like it will be there will be competition from outside.
thank
Like
God, because thank
yeah,
God
yeah.
for
But
that.
like I'm just saying there will be competition always for every player.
But my point is, if Rahul, I mean, KL was like an actual good T20 player, I think they would fight for him, for example. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
I'm sure they would fight like regardless. But like still, like I'm saying my point is it's not as easy as it used to be, where you could just
Yeah,
walk in and
even
say like,
bro, to be
my
fair,
player,
before
Anil
like,
Kumble is my player.
bro, it's not like before we ended up keeping every player at the same time. Like,
But a lot
we
of
lost
players, bro.
Manish
Like
Pandey. But
no,
we
but
still
I'm
lost
saying like the
Manish Pandey very
first few
early.
years, first 3 years, and then I think it became a lot more like competitive after the first cycle, first 3 year
But
cycle.
we never had all these guys together, even when you think about it. Like Manish Pandey was
No,
later
we
on.
did. Arey, see, we played. See, 2009, Manish Pandey, Rahul Dravid, Anil Kumble, and
That's it.
Srinath Arvind. You had Robin
Srinath
Uthappan in
Arvind
that team.
wasn't there, no?
He was there. He was there. Robin Uthappa was also there in that team, 2009 team.
Uttapa was there, but then
Five.
maybe
That's
there was
five.
only because
I don't know if you remember, but there was a medium pacer Balachandra Akil. Like he was there. Sunil Joshi played the first season. So like I think first two seasons. I don't remember also even now. But we had bro. We had so many Karnataka
that's
players.
why we were last the first season, right?
And the second season we almost won. That's fine. That's fine.
Almost. And that was not with this. That was because we had good foreigners the second season. You
That's
know what I
also true.
mean?
But anyways, the you spoke about foreigners. The last thing I wanted to touch upon was the four foreigners rule. What do you think about the four
I
foreigners?
mean, that is whatever, bro. Honestly, like I don't think that's a major thing. Like obviously, you have to cap foreigners, or else like any team can have how many ever foreigners, for example. So I think that's normal. I feel like it would have happened anywhere. I think
No, I
even in
think it's
South
good to.
Africa.
I think it's good to cap. But would you have liked to seen like a few more, like five or
No,
six,
I'm
seven?
actually fine with it, bro. Like I never found it a like big difference because you look at IPL right now also like it works with four foreigners. I think right now at least India has enough talent and you can also give that extra spot for an Indian talent over some foreigner. I think if not for that you might have not found a lot of players that play right now. Like maybe guys like Abhishek Sharma, Rinku Singh wouldn't have had that limelight if they
Hmm.
would have been replaced by a foreigner. Who knows? I think anyways I think foreigners are overvalued and overpriced anyways in terms of four foreigners versus five foreigners, then you get like you can use more foreigners, so you'll end up buying more foreigners. And I think your quality of the entire league depletes a bit more in terms of then you'd have random foreign players playing. I don't think it's needed. But right now only you have like four foreigners playing of 10 teams. That's like 40 players from outside the world. And then every team has at least another four foreigners on the bench. That's like 80 foreigners. I think that's more than enough. Like overall. And I think, I don't know, I'm fine with it. Like, I look at the players right now, India has a lot of good talent. I don't think we lack talent where we would have needed five foreigners. Maybe other leagues, yeah, sure. I think maybe like if it was SA T20 where, you're a small country, you might have needed five foreigners just for the fact that, yeah, we don't create much
I
talent,
don't know.
right?
Do they have a cap? Like I don't know if they have a cap.
No, they have a cap. I think they also have four foreigners itself. But my point is like, bro, if you're in Australia or if you're in in South Africa, you can't have that much amount of players playing. Like in terms of quality, like you will never get the same like you get it in India. So like with IPL, I think it's good. Like you have four foreigners,
Yeah.
just for the fact that bro, we have so many players. We have like at the end of the day, we have 16 Indians who play like for the nation. At the end of the day, on top of that, we have so many foreigners who don't play. Like you go at least 2 years ago, you had guys like Dhawan, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, you know uh, at a point, even Kuldeep Yadav is not a play. We had so many Indians who are as good as playing for India, not playing. Like you talk about Sanju Samson, he never really played for India. Even Abhishek Sharma used to not play. Guys like that, and like Jaiswal, like all these guys just came up the ranks. So I think like with India, there's so much quality where you don't really need impact sub. Like I don't think it was. I mean, not impact sub. Sorry, the five foreigners. Like at a point of time, being an RCB fan, I thought, okay, like having a fifth foreigner is helpful. But
Yeah.
actually, overall, like I don't think is really needed. Like the quality of IPL has always been very high, and I don't think
Yeah. Yeah.
it really matters that much, in my opinion.
No, fair enough. Like I think like the way it is going, clearly it has worked for so many years. I don't think there's any need to tweak that system. But yeah, even for me, like there's a point where I was like, okay, maybe fifth foreigner, like maybe like have five foreigners. But
Bro,
yeah,
as an RCB fan, bro, for sure. Like I would have happily had a fifth foreigner.
fifth
Like
foreigner to
all those
RCB
years,
would have slapped. But
yeah, because all those years we had better foreigners on our bench than Indian players for some
that's
reason.
that's
And
true.
like we
Even
had
in
better
recent
foreign
times.
ballers also sitting on the bench. I'm like, bro, I'd rather have this guy balling than like
Yeah, I would.
watching.
I mean, like just for example, like I would have like Finn Allen play over Anuj Rawat every game.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I
Things like
feel
that.
like India, like recently with RCB Indians, I've been fine with them because I think they've been fun. Like
They've improved definitely like on the Indian core.
this season for sure, but even
This
last season,
season
like,
definitely.
but the thing is, I didn't mind like having like watching new talents come in. Like at a point of time, Patilar, at a point of time, DDP. Devdutt, that is, and even Lumro last year. Like imagine I feel like if not for like a fifth foreigner, we would have never seen a guy like Lumro or someone playing like for RCB, for example. I would think like they would take Lomro out and get a fifth foreigner, which is fine. But I'm like, then what's the point of developing a league where you're not giving platform for your own youngsters, right? Like you get to get paid big money, and like you also get to play. Like rather like involve your own, which is the Indian players, the young Indian players, and let them play. And I think that's good. But yeah, I agree, bro. Sometimes the problem is all these uncapped players get overvalued, and sometimes they just get lost. Like
Yeah.
guys like Rawat, etc. They're not like as good as what they were paid for, and like then your team gets handicapped. And I mean, again, that's an RCB issue, but like whatever. But I think it's chill. Like I think that's a fun aspect of cricket because capping your foreigners, make sure you get even as a team, you're like, okay, let me get the best foreigners out there and keep the standards of my foreigners high. Like, but imagine like instead of playing like an Indian bowler, you never know who can come up. Like you end up playing like a random foreigner, like someone like Koje who doesn't get to play a lot if not for the four foreign rule. Then
Yeah,
like
I
it's like
think.
what's the point? Like
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think the IPL has contributed not only to development of Indian players because of the rule. I think some the
But even
IPL,
the clubs are forced to like develop the talent. Like that's the point.
bro, but it's been good in the sense that even there have been some foreigners that have been found in the IPL. For example, like James Faulkner, I think played for Australia only because of the IPL. Like I remember our Rajasthan Royals had another player, Kevin Cooper. I don't know, like if he ever went on to play. Like I think he was West Indian. I'm not sure. I don't know how much of cricket he played, but he was unheard of. But he just came to the scene and he played. Like Jake Fraser McGurk also didn't make his
But
Australia debut
bro,
before.
McGurk had a big name in like PBL.
I
Like,
know,
he
but I'm
had a
saying like,
crazy season last year.
but the thing is like global exposure. These guys, I think they get through the IPL.
They
So I
get
think
through,
that,
yeah. I agree. Like
yeah,
guys like Will Jacks and all, I think they got a bit more exposure through
yeah,
IPL. But like to be fair, I don't think IPL, bro. First of all, to be fair, like you look at the foreigners we have this year, I think a lot of good players are not there. Like guys like Ben Duckett, for example, are not playing IPL, which is shocking. I'm like, how can you not have like these explosive players playing IPL? Like
yeah.
maybe it's just the fact that like all the teams have so much depth of like top order batting that they don't need these openers, etc. But like my point is like, but to an extent, like I feel like teams like overvalue youngsters over like the experienced one. Like if you're honestly speaking, like 2 years ago, they got oh my god, what's his name? The South African kid, uh, Brevis, yeah.
Before Brevis, yeah.
Yeah, and then 2 years later, he's not in the IPL anymore. So it's like that's the thing. Like Mumbai were forced to like try to develop him, and then 2 years later they're like, okay, now we don't care. Let's just release him. And then now he's not even in the IPL. So it's like it's always 50-50 in this thing. I feel like the hype is always there because like Brevis just got into the IPL from the hype of okay him being in something. Even this year, like to be fair, like Bethel, like he was playing good for England, etc. And that's why he got a chance in the IPL. Like I don't think he's just gonna sit and get a chance, like just there, like for it. But I feel like bro, that's one thing. I mean, off topic, but like you look at IPL teams, I think we miss out like a lot of good talent just for the sake of I don't know, bro, like not being brave enough. Because like even this year, I feel like a lot of underrated cricketers are not in the IPL just for the fact that I don't know. Maybe the teams don't value them enough, but like we could have had better like foreigners playing in the IPL this year at least.
Mm, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, we will wrap it up with that. IPL is coming close, only 10 days to go before RCB play KKR in the first one. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Please like and share the videos, subscribe to Sports Khabri, and yeah, we'll have more IPL content coming your way soon enough. Bye bye.